What's up, guys? This is Codes.
Matthew Anthony here.
Hey guys, Anammer here.
Hi, my name's Golf.
Mac Vaughn here.
My name's Winter.
Dom Kane.
Bjorn Akesson.
Julian Gray.
Christian Benz.
The Secrets.
UAS.
Horticulture.
Dad.
Austin Hot.
Hi folks and welcome along to another Sonic Academy Live, number 19, Chris, 19!
I still, every week, can't believe we're still going,
Feeling really buzzed up for tonight, just feel,
Yes.
like it's everything went really like well with the like technology stuff, everything was just slotted into place, we got loads of demos in, really good demos, so we've got probably a bit of an extended demo, Doctor. We've got a synthwave course to, our synthwave track to mix.
Do you know who it's from?
Syst3m Glitch, who was...
Syst3m Glitch, who was Bobby Vickery, but Michael Oakley, ourselves, and New Retrowave persuaded him to go with Syst3m Glitch because it's a much better name. And he emailed during the week and said, yes, I'm going to go with Syst3m Glitch. So we're going to do a Fix My Mix with his track. It's a brilliant track, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. We had a whole ton of demo doctors in, so we couldn't get everyone's in tonight, but we have 6 compared to our usual 4. All of which are interesting in their own ways. There was a lot of stuff came in, either SoundCloud links or various links that by the time we got round to today when we put the stuff in, either the links were gone, the downloads weren't there, and we just didn't have time to contact anyone and remedy that. So I would suggest if you're wanting to send tracks in, make sure that the download link is there. Preferably, the absolute easiest way for us to get the tracks is if you just drop an MP3 in the email. That's absolutely the best way. Also, please, could you put your artist name, a wee dash, and then the name of the track, because we have to rename them if we're putting them into things so we know who they're from.
Because that's what happened with Syst3m Glitch. That was the name of the remix, and I thought it was the artist name, and so but it's become his artist name. So make sure make it dead easy. Sometimes we don't get to the links to the day of the show, so if they're going to time out or anything, make sure that they're live and we can grab them 7 days later. So, and if we don't get stuff in, submit it for the next week.
Yeah,
we might get it in again.
And if you don't hear your tracks, then we'll try and get them in. Some weeks are busy. I think after King Uniques last week, we had a bunch of new people on, and so
tonight we've got some big. I said last week we got some big news. We've got a big announcement this week.
Big announcement, Chris.
We're not going to make it now. We're going to make people wait.
Well, okay.
If you spill your load at the start of the show, they all switch off and go, "Oh no, but I would know everything."
Don't spill your load, Chris.
Don't spill your load. So just tonight's show is sponsored by Heineken and
water. I do have
water?
hot houses at the door, but they're maybe a bit warm for consumption.
Have they only arrived from the supermarket?
They just arrived from the supermarket. My darling wife left them downstairs for me, but the blasting Tesco's hadn't made them cold enough.
They haven't chilled them
so,
on arrival. Come on,
I don't know. I suppose I could ask her to maybe throw some in the freezer for half time. Let's do that. I'm going to message her. I'll see how that goes. She might tell me to F off.
So Phil's going to say, "Come to the back door, lift my beers, put them in the fridge."
I got 8, so there's 4 there, so there's another 8. I'm going to be in so much trouble for this.
Want to welcome along everybody to the show. We've got some new names, lots of new names, and we've got Majestic Pillow. I love that name because pillows are majestic. We've got Chris C. Welcome along. Cosmic Cat. Hello. Burgerslaw. Welcome along. Osram VR. Welcome along. Lewis Riso. Burgerslaw is in the house. DJ B Murda. That sounds like a Scottish name. DJ Cool, Robbie McCannon. I see Mr. Ejeka's here. He's going all out for the 80s. We have got lots of names that I can't pronounce. I'm going to try and pronounce it. We've got Otto Meshki. We've got Techolite. Hello, Mr. Techolite. We have also got Phil and Brian in the background making sure that everything is running and we sound and look as best as we can. We have got DRL, welcome along. And we've got some guy called Will. Oh, that's Will. And Ian Smith. So welcome along the show. We also have to announce the winners of our Phil and Chris's mega mashup competition, where the winner will win some money from Sonic Academy. I can't remember exactly how much, and I don't want to get it wrong. And 3D16 plugins. The second guy will get 2D16 plugins and some money. What?
Up the thing?
Yeah. I bring up the thing just to keep me right,
so
I
we can remember what the
prizes
mega
are.
mashup prizes.
Yeah, 50 quid voucher and 3D16 plugins. Second prize gets 2 D16 plugins and £30 voucher. And third prize gets 1 plugin and £10 to spend how you like.
What would you buy with your 50 quid Sonic Academy voucher, Chris?
On the site? What sample pack?
Yeah. Well, obviously we already got Anna and Kick. Everyone's already got Anna and Kick.
I would
Don't
buy
have Anna and Kick. I mean, obviously.
I would buy preset pack, the techno one that you did.
Techno one.
What is it? Techno it's called? Yeah. Yeah, that is the best preset pack I have ever heard out there. Honestly, no joking.
Oh, Jesus. Well, I think I would agree. I think I would agree with you. So what are we doing? Because we've got a lot of stuff on Demo Doctors. So when are we doing announcements?
When do you want to do the announcements?
I think we have to do one of them now, and then we can do one of them.
Well, we do the winner now.
Will
we do that? Okay, hold on. Just before you do it, because the last time we did an announcement, we utterly, completely messed it up. Well,
I did.
So I said to Phil today, don't worry, I'll get this. I'll do something very subtle.
What have you done, Chris?
Very gentle, just sort of, just a nice scroller of the names coming up so we don't move it up. So it's very gentle. It's very calming. It is not over the top in anywhere, glitzy or glammy. So I'll just play
what
and see.
Button do I press?
I don't know, VT1?
VT1? Let's try it. Okay.
Let's have a look.
Such a tit.
Nailed it. That is how you do your reveal, Phil. There you go.
Okay. We'll use that as our template in future when we're doing the Oscars.
I was just, how Oscar-y could I make it? That was the challenge for today.
Okay, so let's do then quickly. There's a couple of new things. Just buzz through the news.
Yeah,
IK Multimedia OXA synthesizer's free, but you have to jump through a whole bunch of hoops to get it. Here's the thing.
Yeah,
there's a 7-minute video how to do it.
There's a 7-minute video you have to watch to download it, which kind of absolutely put me off. But I really should sit down and do it and have a listen to it.
I genuinely haven't heard this, so I don't know if it's anywhere.
Is it sample based?
I have no idea. No idea.
What's next?
This synth has been doing the rounds. I mean, it's been doing the rounds for a while, but it's now available to buy. A couple of grand. Sort of similar sort of setup to the Novation Peak. Digital oscillators going into an analog signal path. 6 voices. Has some nice unison modes with the oscillators and a binaural spread feature.
The binaural spread feature. What do you think?
Jupiter 6.
Yeah, no, it kind of isn't it.
Jupiter
6, isn't it?
6.
One's called Superior 6,
Super
and the other
6,
one's
Jupiter
called
6.
Jupiter 6.
Yeah,
So
don't know. It's probably out of all the synths I've seen in a while, it's the one I'm sort of gassing the
Why?
most on. I don't know. I
Why?
just heard a couple of demos on it, and it sounded really nice. So I think they've done a really good job with some modern patches. So it's worth checking out if you've got a couple of grand spare.
Mr. Timmy Gibson is on the chat, and he said he's got one of these synths coming.
Oh, has he?
So there you
Go,
go.
Timmy. Are you selling the
Which
one,
we're-
Timmy, or are you just building up your synth
Building up
collection?
our synth collection.
This is another freebie that's popped up this week. A tape plugin. It sounds really nice actually, and the saturation thing on it's nice and warm, good for drums and stuff. Getting a bit of chunk. It's got a wah and flutter, and it costs exactly free.
Who doesn't love it? I love tape. I love a bit of wow flutter
Yeah.
on things. It's just a little bit of tape, just sort of
It ties
saturation.
into the course we're doing later, or the synthwave remix from Syst3m Glitch. He's got a bit of tape on the start to give the 80s VHS vibe. It sounds really good.
Yeah, cool. So that's the news.
That's the news.
Do you know what we
The quick news is because we've got so many demos. So
Yeah, but it's really good to do in quick news. It's just, I think we should get news titles done to me. The news.
yeah,
And we do fly through the news. So we're going to go over quickly to Demo Doctor.
let's do demos. This is moving along at some pace tonight.
Because we're all hyped and ready to go.
Yes.
What's this? A and J.
A and J.
Except A has nothing to do with it.
Not yet.
As yet.
To do it. Sorry, that was a wee track that me and Chris were working on that I'm trying to convince him to actually work on. Okay, so demos.
Who's the first demo?
This is Fabrice Oze?
Jose?
I don't know. How do you pronounce it?
Where's? I can't see it.
Up here.
Where is it?
Look up here.
Oh, Fabrice Uzi.
Fabrice.
Fabrice is normally on the chat. I don't know
yeah.
where he is tonight. So, Fabrice, if you're about, say hello.
So we're going to go quickly through these first three.
Yeah.
Just and because there's some pretty obvious things. Just already, I really want this track to work because I really like the groove and the vibe to it.
Yeah, it's really polished, but
the bass and there's like sounds that are just out of key, and it's really frustrating. I just want to get the project and just like move all the bits into the right place. Like the bass sounds really nice and funky, but then it's like clashing with the pads.
see that sort of
Yeah,
it's just overused too much.
yeah. I just think you need to just check the mix on or check all the MIDI parts with a key. I mean, maybe there's samples. I don't know. It's hard to tell. But you need to just, if you could get them all into the right key, I think that would be it would just instantly gel. If you want to send me the parts, send me the track. I'm more than happy to do that for Fix My Mix next week.
If anybody knows Fabrice or is in contact with him, tell them, look, we'll send it in for a mix and we can try and adjust it, because there's the potential of a really polished pop track here, like a really good polish, but it's just gone. Something's gone a bit amiss. Somebody's asking on the chat, Mr. Phillip, where do you get the skin?
You get the Ableton skins from AbletonSkins. Isn't AbletonSkins.com? Ableton Themes?
Ableton Themes? Isn't it 30 Secrets?
30 Secrets site, yeah.
Yeah, 30 Secrets owns this.
Ableton Themes.
Phil writes the themes. Phil writes the themes.
There you go, Ableton Themes.
And you were in top 10 or something at one stage,
I was
right?
in here somewhere. Let's browse. Let's go for the highest rated. Wonder were we in the highest rated anywhere? No.
We're so easily distracted.
Where are we?
Uh,
We're not even the highest rated anymore. Was there a most popular?
I don't know. Well, you would presume highest rated is most
Oldest.
popular.
I would definitely be in the oldest because
Is it old?
it is old, yeah. Let me see. Browse. Can you search? Can you search? How do you search?
I don't know. It's a surprise.
I don't know.
Anyway.
We're in there somewhere. If you can find a search thing, it's Sonic Academy.
Mr. Jody Westernoff has joined us. Hello. We are huge fans of Mr. Jody. Yep. He's in the chat.
Big fans, Big Way Out West fans, and Jody fans.
I have been just been listening to Jody since probably 1996.
Stars was the gift you gave. Gin?
Unbelievable track. Still gin. So next track, Mister.
Okay, sorry. Let's do it. Let's keep going. This is Icona.
Yeah.
Who is normally kicking about on our chats and sends quite a lot of stuff in. So we're going to blast through this one as well.
Icona, if you're on the chat, say hello, please. Right.
Nice uplifting track.
Yeah.
It's produced well. I mean, it's got a very happy vibe, and I kind of like it up to this point. You know, it's kind of working that happy vibe.
It's quite bouncy, isn't it? It's a bit sort of
a bit old school, but it's good vibes. Kind of starts to lose me a tiny bit here. So it's a nice and pleasant song. It's nice melodies and
it's quite happy. It's a little too happy for me. It's a bit sort of, but there's a whole area of people that really love this sort of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just, you know, to bring it up to a more modern age, or more club friendly, just a couple of those chords you could put into a minor and maybe it would give a bit more emotion to it.
Yeah. I still think it's, you know, for that stuff it needs a riff, you know, it needs some sort of... Yeah, but it sounds all, you know, balanced, well placed. Here comes the riser. Kick's quite heavy, isn't it? It's quite sort of bleh, bleh. Here we go.
Oh.
There's this riff. There's this sort of big high riff.
Yeah, that works for me. I mean, maybe it's just the off bass is a bit too much. I think a more modern approach is probably, you know, a bit more of a digga 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 digga.
It does. It feels like sort of Scotland 20 years ago. Sort of ultra beaty stuff.
Yeah. Did you hear the Sonic are releasing their lost album?
No.
Malorgale's got a Kickstarter on the go with basically find a whole bunch of DAT tapes that they'd made between their first and second album, and when they changed labels, sort of they basically re-recorded a whole different album that ended up coming out. So they've got all these ones that were done straight after Techno Junkies. So and the Kickstarter, so it's all coming out. I used to love all this.
I probably have a lost album that nobody wants to hear. It's lost for a reason.
Yeah. All right. So we got Kevin Miller's on the chat, I believe. I saw him there.
It's Kevin, did you? Hi, Kevin. Welcome along.
Maybe he's not. Oh, it was Kenny D I saw in the chat.
Kenny D. How can you mix up Kevin and Kenny D, Phil?
Let's begin with K, basically.
That's not good enough.
Which one's DRL's track?
So is this Ron Moore? Ron, is this your track? That last track, is that yours? Let's see Ron in the chat. Again, nice enough. Everything's sort of maybe have a little bit more ear candy in there, something a bit more atmospheric.
Yeah. Would you bring those basses up a bit? You maybe want more, you know, something a bit more.
Yeah, just attacky, just. So I can't believe tonight in the chat we got Jodie Westernoff, we got Ajeka, we got Mr. Protoculture, and we've got Timmy Gibson.
Full of the stars tonight.
Well, it is. Oh, like that. It was a nice filter, wasn't it?
This works really well for me.
Yeah. I do think maybe needs a little bit more interest going on. It's just a little.
Yeah,
it's nearly there.
Remember when Sean was sort of talking about the transition fills and like how frequent and dense his fills are? I think maybe there needs to be as much of that. You know, he's always like building up and just like, you know, there's something changing every like 8-16 bars, and I mean it's not a million miles off, but I think you could just like an extra 20% of that type of thing.
And that stab is a bit. It needs interest in there or something, you know, a little bit delays or just pan it around a bit, you know, even throw it.
There's Protoculture's in saying finding the groove a little static, more galloping vibe. Percussion could use a little more chunk to it. Agreed. Let's just go to the break. More reverb on the stab, would agree with that.
I like those drums, kind of interesting.
Yeah. I like that vocal as well.
Is it going to go into the triplet timing?
I mean, you could probably have got some of those percussion in a bit earlier as well, and that build-up might sort of, you know.
Here we go. Everything's on the grid a little bit, isn't it? Ding, 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 ding. You know, it's.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's not enough syncopation there to sort of, you know, get the groove on. You know, everything's like either the bass is going digga 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 digga, and then there's do 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 do, and then stabs on the do. So maybe just try and spread some, you know, gigang ding, gigang ding, gigang ding.
Yeah.
Get the bass beefier. What else?
Just these a little bit more ear candy interest, something going on, swirling around. Again, Protoculture will tell you this, and Sean Taz will tell you this. They have just got hundreds and hundreds of effects. I mean, those sort of tracks are all about the effects, aren't they? They're all about the reverse reverbs
DJ
and
Cool,
effects.
I'm assuming is Kevin Miller. So good job. Yeah. I would just. If you haven't watched the Sean Tyas course, I would highly recommend watching that just for to get an idea of the volume of stuff that they're putting into those tracks to get those like transitions and builds and building momentum, and how many different sounds he's got coming in and going out and changing from section to section just to keep things interesting and like keeping things growing all the time.
Yeah, so and groove it up a little bit. Try and just not everything on the grid and not everything sort of changing on the beat and stuff. Try and just get a little bit more interest going there. But I mean, sound wise and all, I think your sound design and sound selection is pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to chill it down a few BPMs for the last 3.
This is the love
chill
section.
out zone. I'll go from the start. Doesn't change there.
So you could lose that whole front end, couldn't you? Really?
Unless you're going to be doing some like atmospheres or something really interesting there, you kind of there's no. I mean, obviously there's the DJ friendliness, but.
Again, we could probably push the waveform a little bit here. It's all a bit quiet and a bit sort of.
Yeah, I mean, let's check the dynamics. Yeah, even a bus compressor on that will bring it up to 10, and then maybe a limiter up to 8 is sort of generally where I try to
aim for.
Let's actually, we could do that, can't we? We could. Let's try that. Let's get a bit of.
What bus compressor do you use? Glue. Yeah, there you go. Now, is there a lot of hiss coming through now?
Yeah, I'm assuming that's in the track.
Yeah. Just as we're squeezing, bringing everything up, it's bringing that up and probably bringing it out too much. But yeah, that's now sort of more in your face. Is more there. Lovely vocal.
Yeah, it's nice and relaxing. We've been talking about this for a while, and how do you get this genre to become interesting, or more interesting, I should say?
Yeah.
This is nice and melodic, and it's got sort of nice vibes, and it's pleasant. But is it really grabbing you by the balls and just like really making you pay attention?
Pay attention. Yeah. Like the change, the chords are really nice on the bass. I think Mr. Brown likes it. Is it Patrick Holm? Is that who it's from?
Patrick Holm, yeah. Is he in the? In the...
Haven't seen Patrick in the chat, no. Very cool. I mean, I could see this sitting on doing a deep album. This is something like Jody. I don't know if he's something he would be playing out.
I really like it.
Yeah.
But I feel that it just, again, it runs the risk of becoming something that you wouldn't remember.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's that track. So thanks, Patrick, for sending that in. I mean, we've talked about this a few times, just about how to get those tracks sounding more interesting. And the next one I actually think does a really, really good job. Do you know what? You can even see. Look, if you look at the waveform here, before we even play this track, you can see that there's like this one's
so much more going on.
This is sort of more static, and you can see it's sort of repetition in it. Well, this instantly already looks as if there's more happening. So we'll listen to this and see what you think.
So this is kind of demonstrating something that's kind of could do with a bit more work and a bit more interest, and this is a track you think has lots of interest. And
yeah, I thought this was a really good one. I mean, I had a quick listen. You would agree that there's a similar sort of idea.
Totally similar vibes. And this vibe's hugely popular at the moment, isn't it?
Just like all the sort of more background sounds, that sort of arp that's coming in, and that just instantly gets me. And it is still that chill out thing, but just for me it grabs my attention more.
Yeah.
Again, I think this one could probably use the
same processing. Yeah. Now sidechain that, turn it up on the Ozy. Sausage fattener, and you're done. There's just an epicness to this. Real epicness. Is this Kiji? Is Kiji in the chat?
Is this Kiji in the chat? I would love to know if Kiji's in the chat.
No, this is pure Lane 8. you know, those guys.
But okay,
and Unity.
how do you describe the difference between the previous track and this one? Because to me, you know, they're very much similar ideas, but what's happening here is they're just more volume of content and
just the spread of sounds across the frequency as well. So you've just got this lovely, beautiful wall. You know, you've got those little incidentals happening.
Yeah.
Lots of atmospheres swirling around the back.
Big reverby, like vocal thing. It's just lovely, really nice.
Yeah. Look, nice reverse reverby stuff going on.
Even that thing, you know, just all those nice wee incidentals. It's the volume of content that just keeps it interesting.
And the vocal now has become forefront, you know, where it was sort of swirling around behind. It's now focus. It's brilliant. This is beautiful.
I would imagine if Judy's listening to this, he might put in a good word in Juniper, because I think this would be bang up their street.
I'd love to know what Jody thinks of it. I think it'd be he's the expert in this area. Like he's bang in the center of this. And I think what he's done cleverly there, Phil, is he's moved elements forward and then back and forward. You know, it's remember we talked about on the stage you have characters and you're moving the character forward to be the main actor, and then they go back into the background.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, this is just an excellent track.
Totally. And it's really, really hard to get that sort of solidness going. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well done. That was really, really cool.
Yeah, don't know. That's just pure epic to me. And it just shows you that, you know, that very much a similar genre. And that,
yeah.
I mean, obviously there's the musicality part to it, which is sort of on one side of the thing, but just I think the volume of like content, the little fills, the wee like incidental things, and then the way, as you say, they're sort of using elements. Just there's movement, you know, things are coming in and going away, and you know, Sean was talking about this the other day with us. Was, you know, from section to section, he's making one thing forward and bringing another thing back, and King Unique as well was saying about how, you know, in their mind they were like having one section was about this sound, and then the next section had to be about a different sound. You weren't trying to cram too much.
Yeah, you weren't having 7 main characters at the front of the stage all shouting their lines. It's like, right, you go forward and you become the main focus, and then when it's your turn you come back and this person goes forward, and you got to think, you know, visualize it when you're mixing down and when you're making stuff, visualize it in those terms, and you know, what is the main key element here, what is the thing that people want to hear. All his little background incidental noises, brilliant. I think it's I think it's a great track. So well done.
Not in the chat anyway.
I know, because he won Track of the Week.
I don't know yet.
Oh no, really?
We've got
one
another
more?
one here.
All right,
like another one that we'll keep the mastering on for, maybe.
Okay.
Whose is this one? Is this DRL's track? Because he said he saw his track there, and I don't think we've played it yet, have we?
Yes, if you're sending in tracks, please put your artist name in. So
well, there
we
is
know
an
who
artist
it is.
name for this. It's called Refract, but
Okay. But we need to know who the artist is.
yeah.
Can help.
Yeah,
Can help.
I suppose that's a good point. Is if you're sending the track, put your chat name maybe as well as your
chat name.
well as your artist name.
It is DRL. It has been confirmed.
It has?
Well,
Why am I not seeing chat? My chat not updating?
I don't know. It's just said it's me.
Oh, it's me. It is him. Oh, okay, cool.
Terrible. Turn it off.
Well, let's check the dynamics to see if we need to turn our mastering on. We should ask him, is it okay if we turn the mastering on if we need to?
Yeah, can we master? So it took shape this week. So go back to the screen cam there, Phil.
Oh, sugar, sorry.
I know it's more attractive to see me in you full
Me
screen.
staring at the screen, just burp.
Okay, cool.
So far, so good.
There again, got those little incidental hats, the little drums coming in. Tin Liquor inspired. I have reached out to the boys to see if they would be interested, so I'm waiting to hear back.
Interested in what?
Tin Liquor.
Tin Liquor? Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. Nice build. I love the way that the release is happening.
Yeah, this is working for me.
Yeah. I'm getting turned up. It's getting turned up. Here we go. Don't disappoint us. Don't disappoint us.
That's how to do it.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. Again, it's about dynamics, about building things up, and using different elements to sort of make the track interesting.
I can visualize that drop in a club and just let's go. Listen, this is great. This is great.
It's great high.
And now we got a vocal.
Yeah, love it.
Oh man. Nailed it. Oh.
Excellent track.
Yeah. Love to know where you got the vocal from again. I'm always interested in vocals. Good arrangement. That bass line, that first bass line when it dropped is just,
Yeah. Did DRL get the last track signed?
Splice. Got a splice.
Sample. What about the last track, DRL? Did you get it signed?
And here comes a big riff. Like this is hook. Full Tilt Recordings. That's right. I got the email this week.
Right, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding. To me, that's a great hook. That's a sort of riff I remember.
I would maybe want a bit more chaos happening here already. Maybe some atmosphere building or what, something else.
And that I would layer that ding, 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 ding. I'd make that a real, big sort of memorable part. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, or some VR saying a bit more percussion. I would maybe have something just percussion to.
Yeah, like the start where he had the sort of drums and the hats.
Judy asking who this is. This is DRL. He's in the chat, Judy.
He's in the chat just above you. That bass.
Give it a bit of volume.
Come on. Everyone turn your speakers up.
Yes! It's another week.
Oh, that. I love when we find these gems. They're amazing.
There's been like 3 really good tracks this week.
Well done. Love it.
Yeah. few tweaks here and there, I think, but core elements are amazing. I think you could just maybe milk the break a tiny bit more.
Yeah, as you say, a bit more chaos. That riff, I really think that is one of your lead characters. Get that riff out, that ding 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 ding. You know, I remember that. That's stuck in my head. I'll probably walk around tonight, going ding, and remember that. That vocal is very Gabriel and Dresden, sort of the way they use subtle and stuff. So I think it's really contemporary. It's bang on the money, brilliantly produced, great sound design. You're another 10%, and I think you've got a really cool track.
Yep,
on your hands.
agreed.
So well done, everybody. Thank you so much. We love getting the demos in. They're really, really strong.
Yep, that was excellent. Great demos this week. We had a whole ton, so we had to pick 6. That was only half. So if you're getting demos in, remember to best way for us is if you email an MP3 direct to our inbox. Remember to put your title, or the name, artist name, and then the title of the track in the actual file name. It really helps too. You can send Spot or SoundCloud links, but just remember to make them downloadable. What else?
Send credit card numbers if you want us to feature the track. We take all donations.
Yeah.
I'm only joking.
Okay, Chris, tell me this.
I think we could have possibly had a live. Jodie wants to hear some more stuff from DRL, so there you go. You know, this is where it's happening.
This is where it's happening.
Yeah. So we have got we're going to play.
If you want to get in touch with each other, you can both send an email to live@sonicacademy.com, and we'll marry. Or he's talking about DMs here on Insta or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, Live at Sonic, I can pass on. I've got Jodie's details and DRL if you want to email me or whatever, or do it through Insta or whatever. All these new social media for us.
When you become a global superstar, don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't forget us. We have got a Kirk DiGiorgio course coming up. Kirk is one of the godfathers of IDM.
How long is this promo video?
Why do you need to go to the toilet?
Well, I'm going to go and see if I can get my cold beers from the fridge.
I think you've got. Did your missus put the beers in the fridge? Everybody wants to know.
She put the beers in the freezer and she took them out and they're now in the fridge.
Where's the fridge located?
In the house.
In the house. Could you text it to the back door?
I think I've pushed that particular boat out far enough. So I'm going to have to go and get them. So if
you've three minutes
and 17 seconds. I've already loaded the other projects, so we'll see. If I'm not here when I get back, it's because I'm getting beers. All right.
Yeah. So here's a quick overview. Kirk has done a course on slate and ash cycles. It's a contact instrument for creating patterns and stuff. It is brilliant, and he's done a really in-depth course on it. So just a quick overview of it for 3 minutes 17 seconds while Phil gets a beer, and we'll be back to you after.
Hi, I'm Kirk DiGiorgio, DJ and producer, and I'm here for Sonic Academy to present to you Cycles from Slate and Ash.
Without further ado, let's just go into the first one, Machine Drums. Despite being one of the most deeply programmed contact instruments I've come across, it really is laid out very intuitively. Cycles isn't just a loop generating instrument, it's also a granular processor synthesizer. And there you'll see, as I hold the key down, you'll see these grids light up. If I go up to C sharp, rather than going up in pitch, it will play a different loop. Now the grid is on 16ths, so if we switch over to loop mode, you'll see here that this is now switched over to 16ths, but of course the original grid had it triggering just initially on each quarter note, so that still is retained. So you've got this kind of, well, I guess it could be confusing, but now I've explained it to you, hopefully it won't be. But now you've got this sort of pattern where just the first row is being triggered. Now what I'm going to do here is just generate a random pattern, and you can do that on each of these grids by just pressing generate. Okay, so you can see it's generated some, that will be -12 semitones plus 7, etc, etc. And if I put latch mode on, so I can just hit this note once and if we now play our loop, you'll hear it's vastly different. That's really nice. And we can experiment with maybe changing the scale. So let's go down to a minor scale, and then really interesting stuff. It's also a granular processor. It's a nice kind of ambient pad. So let's move the pitch down. Oh wow. It's almost like some kind of 50s sci-fi experimental music. Let's lower the number of repeats probably. Yeah, that's like a tape deck type effect. Oh wow, this is fantastic. Okay, amazing stuff.
He made it. He made it.
There we go.
I mean, we have got this show soft. We put in these 3-minute ads. Do you think it's entertainment? This is for us to go get beers and go to the toilet.
Oh man, I've got a sore back as well. So I was like, you
We have all
can't
one
you can't run with beer either. You're just doing this like, you know, those like speed walks. Try not to get the beer too fizzy. With a sore back. Ah, help me!
Come on. I'd love to see if you'd like tripped and fell, and you would just like come up with a big bloody nose.
Okay. Okay.
It's okay because it's still loud outside in February. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to run down your garden.
No.
So yes, welcome back everybody. That's the new course from Kirk. Slate and Ash. It's a brilliant plugin for Contact. I don't know if it works with Player. I'm not sure. But
yeah, that's always the thing, isn't it, with contact stuff?
Somebody earlier on was asking about Scalar 2. Yes, we're going to have Mr. Protoculture do a course on Scalar 2. No, Kirk is going to do the course on Scalar 2.
We haven't announced the second announcement.
Do you want to announce the second announcement?
Yes.
The big announcement. Do you just want to hear a big announcement? Would you like to hear a big announcement?
Yes.
So, starting this Saturday, for 1 week only, every Sonic Academy user is going to get a free Waves plugin.
What?
I mean what? I mean what? I'll say that again. From Saturday, for 1 week, every Sonic Academy user is going to get a free Waves plugin. So what you have to do you know what you have to do, Phil?
You have to go to your My Account page.
Yes.
And scroll down. Hold on.
To the rewards.
Wonder, are they rewards in yet? Go to the rewards, and you should have a wee coupon.
On Saturday. There.
Hold on, no, I can't show that because that's got my code.
Yeah, so you go to the rewards page and you will get a discount code, and then you head over to waves.com and you redeem that code and you will get one knob louder for free.
There you go. Oh, sure.
There you go. So
down there. Can't show you the rest of it because I've got a code in it.
Yes.
But,
so that goes live on Saturday, and yeah. So
do you know what it does? Makes things louder.
Makes things louder. Something we're always complaining about here. So yeah, it's a pretty cool deal. Waves. We're partnering up with Waves. If you are a registered user of Sonic Academy, you'll get it free. And if you're not, if you register within that week, you can also, don't tell anybody, but you can get 30-day free trial.
Yes, I think if you register with Waves, then
yeah,
you get 30 days of Sonic Academy. So that's the deal.
So if you're a Waves user and you're not subscribed, you get 30-day free trial with Waves. They'll give you a 30-day free trial with us, and we're going to give you a plugin. So I mean, how sweet is that?
It's amazing.
Totally amazing. So there you go.
Free plugins. plugins.
Free plugins. Let's do more of this. Let's try and get loads of more plugins. So yes, I've just seen him on the chat there, Mr. Syst3m Glitch with his new name.
Yeah.
System with a 3. Welcome along. He says, me and GMT do not understand each other. Me neither. We get the times here wrong every single time. Every time I do a remix competition or trying to a course, we're just so bad at time. Oh, well, I am.
It's been a while since I've had a hot ice, but this is really delicious.
Is that right?
Because I've got the Heinekens in the beer machine, but it's a wee hot ice, nice and hoppy, and reminds me of pints with you, Chris.
Yeah, the good old days when we used to go to the pub and we used to be able to sit together. So, beer.
Okay.
So, Mr. Syst3m Glitch has kindly sent us a track. Do we know what the track is called? Young and Wild and Free.
Yeah.
And Phil's, we're going to take a look at sort of quick ways to improve the mix. To maybe just, again, this is just what we think would improve it. It may not be what you think. You may think that we're destroying it, and that's the thing about mixing. It is subjective. It's what you want. So, have you got Listen to on?
I do. Well, it's probably not logged in.
So DJ Sonair is asking, have we done? I mean, have we done the remix competition winners?
Do you want to see it again?
Does everybody want? It's epic. Do you know what? It's so damn epic. It's worth playing twice. I think.
Okay,
What do you reckon?
Okay.
Sonair DJ, just sit back and just like gawp at the awesomeness of this trailer. I mean, DJ Sonar, wasn't it worth playing twice? I know you didn't win, but geez, look at that. That was amazing. So,
okay.
Yeah, Jack, I tell you what we'll do. We'll make a deal here when the pubs reopen.
Yeah.
You'll be the first guest. Come over and sit in the studio with us, and then we'll go to the pub. Deal? Does that sound like a deal? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I'm down.
So, I'm down. So, Phil, what was the track you got in? What's the first thing you do?
I'll let it play a wee bit. Sure, we can hear.
Yeah.
Sun rays making room for the city lights. Those nights seem to last forever. Stealing kisses under neon stars. Young and wild and free and wanting more. Hearts racing, eyes open, dreams ready. Every breath a chance to hold the night.
Okay, so that's the general gist. So the first thing I'm going to do is probably add a bass. So,
did you think it was bass light, or
yeah,
is this
so
just
this is kind of the bass, the main bass for the verses.
so pulsy sort of?
Yeah, a bit light for me. So I'm just going to convert the melody, and this should analyze the track.
How well does this convert to MIDI work?
It works pretty well.
Okay.
Now,
good,
if
good,
it doesn't work well, I'm going to just show you this, but I can actually bring in the track that I made probably quicker.
Yeah.
I have to say the track itself, the songwriting is bloody spot on
Yeah,
in this
really
track.
is.
It's really good. The pre-chorus, the choruses, and all are really well done.
Yeah, so I'll not let that that's boring the way that's just doing that. So I'm gonna go. I've actually got the current project. Here is the one I did earlier, and I'm just gonna grab bass group Anna 2, and you'll just sort of hear what I've done. Just really to enhance classic fill line bass, which I think was the fat line bass? Is that the original?
Oh, have you got a fill line bass? Because I made
You've got
the
fat
fill
line
line.
bass. Yeah, fill line bass is it
A tweaked version.
Yeah, you've got fat. Or is it? What is it? Oh, maybe there's not another one. I thought there was.
No, I called mine. What did I call mine?
Yeah, I think I maybe deleted yours. So yeah, that just.
What? Mine was exact copy.
Sun fades, making room for the city
Without.
Those nights seem to last.
I wanted to keep the vibe the same, but just add that sort of lower end schwack.
Again, just tucking it underneath and just having it there.
Yeah, and the second thing, and again, I did because I'm only working with stems. I went and did the right click, convert to drums on the snares because I just wanted to extract the snares. So let me go in and
to your snare.
Grab my snare. I'll bring both these in. This is the snare and the kick. So I wanted to replace both basically. I thought the original kick. I really like the sort of more traditional 80s vibes coming from stuff like the Lindrum, that sort of almost more live sort of kick sound.
Okay.
That's a bit punchier in the sort of mids compared to this one.
This is the original?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, this is a pure preference thing. So, and then the snare, if we compare snares, I find that's a tiny bit hollow. So I just wanted to beef it up with that. Now, it's more of a complement to the other snare. It's not really supposed to replace it as such. So I'll just group all the drums together and then we can bounce that up.
I did also love his drum program. I thought the drum program was pretty smart the whole way through this track.
Yeah, really nice. Then hi-hat. Standard 909. I'm just going to roll loads of the low mids. Again, this is the sort of theme with the whole mix, is just trying to create more definition and dynamics between each of the sounds. When I'm talking about that, I'm sort of talking about, making the bass bassier, making the tops toppier, and just sort of expanding the track out, frequency wise and also pan wise. So a lot of the stuff is either just stereo. A lot of stuff is just stereo in this. The bass, the things, they all sort of have a lot of width. So I'm going to be doing like a bit of sculpting around, choosing things to be in the middle, choosing things to be at the sides, and just try and create a bit more interest that way. So again, I'll just AP that. I'm not brightening it. I'm just sort of. Again, I think when you add that type of dynamics, it makes the other sounds sound bigger.
Yeah. Okay.
Kinda. And then I will go for. I just want to make the whole drums a bit beefier. So, I usually use a glue compressor with, and you can use any of them. Any compressor really will do. Quite slammed, fast attack, fast release. You can hear the way that's sort of crushing.
Yeah, so you.
And then we're just going to mix an element of that in.
So it's kind of the classic New York parallel compression
sort of.
Yeah.
So you can hear it starts to get a bit too smushy around there. And then we can just ease it back. So we still got sort of the good dynamics, but it's got a bit more
Yeah, but you're squeezing the atmosphere as well. You're giving it a real
Yes.
sense of urgency.
Yeah, exactly.
Room for the city lights. Sun waves making room for the city lights. Making
Do you know? I think there's actually the original track playing down there as well.
room for the city lights. City lights. Sun rays making room for the city.
Okay, so that's that. What else can we do? Let's get the bass grouped. So there's a couple of elements. The bell and mandolin, they sort of seem to do the same part.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm just trying to separate things out, and I'm going to just pan them because they both sort of do the same thing. And again, I'm going to lighten them up because I want to sort of bring them up to the sort of top of the mix.
Yeah, yeah. So again, just moving these away from other stuff?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to be too dramatic with it because I don't want to take away too much of the...
What are the best synths for bells? Jack is asking. Probably, I don't know, anything from the 80s. So I love those belly things. I think is Wave Station, Korg Wave Station is really cool. But then your normal 80s Junos are good at belly stuff. What else would you choose for belly sort of plucks?
Yeah, DX7 type stuff. Or well, actually, I went through the DX and tried to find some bells. It wasn't really much. Omnisphere is really good.
You would think the DX7's full of bells, but it's not.
There we go. Again, I want them to sort of shimmer, so we'll maybe try and get a bit of vitalizer on there.
Jack has asked me if the plugins as good as the hardware. I don't know because my plugins won't work, and I've emailed Korg and they haven't got back to me. They haven't worked in a long time, and I've updated them recently, and they're broken. Vintage Vault, Horticulture, just saying Vintage Vault is a gold mine for this stuff.
And this should...
Stealing kisses underneath her. Stealing kisses.
Okay, and then there's a pad here. And the pad's in quite a lot, and for the verses I just wanted to kind of drop it out a bit.
Sun rays making room for the city.
So by doing what?
Just cut
We'll
it
just
out.
get rid of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Those
and then
nights
bringing it
seem
into
to
sort
last
of towards the end of the vocal.
So just a pickup.
Stealing kisses under neon stars. Young and wild and free and wanting more. Hearts racing.
What else can we do? Let's look at the vocals. So again, we're trying...
Well,
Sorry?
what would you do there? What would you do with the vocal? It's sort of now blended in and sculpted in.
Yeah, so just... I wanted a bit brighter.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to use Slate Digital Virtual Mix Rack. And we can get rid of all this. With just a bit of brightness on this. And I'm going to just add a tiny bit more compression on it. Fast attack, fast release.
Okay.
Sun rays making room for the
Is that even on the right track? It's not.
No.
Okay, we'll actually get the Vox lead up there. That's the one we actually want. Get this one down the bottom. I always have to have my lead vocal at the...
Absolutely.
sun rays making room for the city lights. Those nights seem to last forever.
through the Brit N with a bit of drive on it, and that just sort of helps to saturate it a bit more. I like the sound of it. It sort of does something nice to the top and bottom.
What is it called? Revival? That other is that kind of like just a
An exciter type thing.
So yeah.
So let's have a listen. Just soloed.
With and
Sun
without.
fades, making room for the city lights. Those nights seem to last forever.
Not doing a huge amount. It's just a small amount. The other thing as well, that vocal being the lead vocal is quite wide.
Yeah,
taking up the whole range. So you can just do, again, this is about adding dynamics to the track from every perspective, from frequency perspective to stereo field perspective. So I'm just going to stick a utility on and make it less wide. And that just takes it from being all over the spectrum, all over the stereo width, and just sort of narrowing it down into the middle.
Yeah.
Sun fades, making room for the city lights. Those nights seem.
And again, we can do it a bit with a backup vocal. You can hear that is also very wide.
Sun fades, making.
And I'm not going to bring that in just as much.
Sun fades, making room for the city lights.
So give it a bit of width.
Those nights seem to last forever.
And I'll put the same virtual mix rack on there.
Sun fades, making room for.
And I'll put it on all the vocals. I want all the vocals. I like the sort of general balance of them anyway. So it's.
Sun fades, making room for the city lights. Those nights seem to last forever. Stealing kisses under neon.
I'd love to know who the vocalist is because it's very good songwriting.
Wild and free and wanting more.
So for the chorus, I'm just going to have that widening and stuff on the verses.
It is Syst3m Glitch singing himself.
It is
so
not.
It certainly
It
is. Amazing.
Not. You are joking me. That's really good. I really like it. So we are just going to take the wideness off in the chorus.
Hearts racing, eyes open, dreams ready. Every breath a chance to hold the night.
And that's epic.
Yeah, really, I really love the track. Like,
That's a really good pickup. I mean, that's a really intelligent songwriting device going on there. You know.
again, we've got this. It's a lead sound, so I want to kind of treat the vocal and the lead in a similar manner in terms of stereo width.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the right group, is it? It's over here. I don't want to make it totally mono.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to take up that whole...
But it gives it a bit of focus being slightly less wide, doesn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
It just puts it down the middle and it's back to thinking about those characters. Get your actor center stage. Hello, there you are, you know.
And again, it's people often ask how do you get a track to sound wider.
Mm-hmm.
A track can only sound as wide compared to something. So you hear stereo width when you've been hearing mono. So you kind of need them both. You need sort of mono sounds.
It's context, isn't it?
Yeah. You need mono sounds in there as well.
Wild and free and wanting more. Hearts racing, eyes open, dreams ready. Every breath a chance to hold the night.
Brilliant.
And then it sort of means stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
these are sort of wide sounds anyway. So these are the sounds I want to keep wide. They're sort of synthy and nice. So I'm going to group these together and just put a widener on them. So you could either just do it with utility.
Yeah.
And let's just get...
And how does utility do the width?
Just a center cancel thing.
Oh.
So that's one option. If you could do the Haas effect, which...
Or the auto pan or Haas. Yeah, the Haas
is just
sample delay.
Put a delay on, take the sync off. One at about there and one sort of there. That can create phasing. So sort of, that sounds quite good there. The other one is, so basically anytime I'm trying to add width, there's like 3 or 4 plugins I'll try. Because depending on the sort of content, each of them will respond slightly differently to
the material.
So that's not making it wider, it's just sort of making it bigger, that. So I would say actually probably that's probably the best one there. So I'll just get all the vocals together as a group. And we can compare it to the original. And I think you're just sort of able to hear a bit more. You can hear the center line of that sort of riff down the middle. You can sort of start to hear a bit more of what's happening in the sides, and it just sort of creates that dynamics between the sort of zones.
It sounds fuller. A couple of questions they're asking to Peep. Do you worry about mono compatibility when adding stereo effects? I'd say not particularly.
I mean, most of the ones like
most things are stereo nowadays, but
yeah, I mean,
things
I do a bit. I mean, let's.
You should always fold the mix down check. You know, just hit the mono button just to go. Are we losing it? Because I think like Alexa, you know, the echoes and mono and stuff.
Yeah, you're probably losing that.
Synth. Yeah. So yeah, you fold the mix down and go, okay.
See, that's cooked into the original sound.
Okay, so there is
not the width doing it. Yeah, there's maybe something on. And you could probably, fix that if I mono this here. And then we can add something
stereo with afterwards.
Let's try one of the other ones. Let me see, check this out. Let's see if this one does anything. No, that only seems to expand already stereo things.
Yeah. Not mono things.
Yeah. It's doing a tiny bit there, but nothing really much. So we can try Ozone Image. It has the stereoizer. So it's doing nothing there. Then that might have a problem with... Yeah, it's not too bad.
Yeah, you're not
Okay,
losing it. You're
not
getting
losing as much. Yeah, so we can. That's sort of a fix for that. So I always like to have the original mix down there just to sort of check that I'm
A-B, yeah.
that I'm not insane. And then I think that's pretty much it. I'd probably, if I was doing more, it would just be very small, balancing things.
Yeah.
And then I'm using this quite a bit for where is it? BX Master. Just for quick mastering. That's it.
There you go. Well, what I take away from that is you did some New York parallel compression. You sort of grouped the drums, changed out some drum sounds for more 80s, selected more 80s. Like, what was the drum?
And to sort of fill in some frequencies, one of the snares was, it just didn't have it was sort of a bit hollow or something to me.
So then we went on to the vocals, added some brightness and a little bit of compression, and then you panned the synths, and we're lots of talk about mono compatibility. Say the majority of things are stereo nowadays.
Yeah, I mean,
few
it's
things
worth,
are
it's worth
mono.
checking. If like a
So
really
it's-
key part of your tune completely disappears, you should probably try and fix
Yes.
it. But other
I
than
just hit the mono button and go, is it folding down okay? We know clubs are sometimes mono or stereos or back of the room and forward of the room or whatever. So just keep an eye on it. Don't worry loads about it. Just keep checking it. And it's more about, I mean, there's brilliant songwriting in this. There was great drum fills. That absolutely helps everything, doesn't it? When you're mixing stuff, it's just you're going you're just adding the next 4% there, Phil, 5% going,
Yeah, it's sort of, I mean, it definitely helps that I'm in a really nice, well-treated room.
Yeah.
That's balanced. Because again, if that was in my old studio downstairs, I genuinely wouldn't have known where to start, because you don't know whether the bass frequencies are actually there or what's happening. So I think that is why, if you don't have a sort of a really good setup, then it's so important to try it in your car, in your stereo, on Alexa, on your phone, just on a range of different scenarios, and A and B it. I always, I mean, I'll show you one thing that I've been using kind of recently, just as a sanity checker, is isotope tonal balance.
Okay.
And if you're like way out, like, you can pick different reference points. These are all sort of tracks. But it gives you a ballpark. And you can see if you're way out, if you're a lot of time I'm way too bright.
Okay.
And that just comes from being in the studio all day doing loads of stuff, and then by the end of the day your ears are fucked. So
you're brightening.
Yeah, you're brightening just to sort of compensate for your tired ears. So
I've never heard of that plugin, so there you go. And
yeah, I think
System
it's
Glitch.
part of a bunch of
swears
bundles. I think maybe it's even free. I don't know. You'd have to check. I think it comes with Ozone anyway. Maybe Ozone Lite. I'm not sure what other stuff it comes with.
So guys, look, thank you for System Glitch to Bobby for setting this in, and he sang. It's his voice, so brilliant, well done, really, really good. Don't forget, from Saturday there will be a reward in your account, so everybody go into your accounts, you will get a code, you can head over to Waves and you can go and grab a free Waves plugin for 1 week only.
Yep.
We have tomorrow, we haven't even mentioned this, bloody well subscribe and like this channel, please. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Share. Tell all your friends, man.
Tell all your friends. Say that you witnessed somebody from Anjuna Deep possibly signing a track here tonight. Yeah. Thank you to Jody, to Jekka for joining us, to Timmy, to System Glitch, to Majestic Pillow, Ozram, everybody. Again, it's been a pleasure having you all
too
on.
many times now. It won't stop.
Oh dear. Broken.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
And look,
okay.
we haven't had our things, have we? No, it's not working.
Oh yeah. I'm Chris. This is Phil. but you already know that. Tomorrow's course is Slate and Ash's Cycles, a really, really cool contact instrument for creating interesting, amazing ethereal loops and arpeggios, and you'll never create the same thing twice. And it's really, really in depth and really, really complex. So enjoy that. Next week, who have we got on the show next week?
Yes, I suppose we should talk about that, shouldn't we, before we go?
Yes, we should talk about.
Did
We have
you
got.
get in touch with him earlier?
I did. He hasn't got back to me yet. So yeah, we have got the man like Umek coming on the show next week.
The techno god Umek, I think you mean.
The techno god that is Umek, who seems to constantly sit at number 1 on Beatport with every track that he releases. So strap your seatbelts on, because it is going to be a wild ride, because he's insane.
He's nuts.
He's nuts.
But he is probably the most prolific, high-profile techno artist for the last 20 years, I'd say.
He's just,
the amount of his records I played out in Shine.
And
heard played out in Shine.
He's mad. He finishes a track, he runs it all out in WAVs, and then just taken away, and he just starts fresh again. And he can't, I asked him, can we do this track from a year ago? And he goes, no, it's archived, put away, and moves on. He's just, I think he's just one of these guys that's just a total machine. So would be really, really great if we got loads of techno demos.
Yes, send techno, send us techno.
Yeah, so if you know anybody that's making techno or would love Mr. Umek to go over their tracks, we're going to try and get him to do demo doctors. We've asked him to do an interview, but we're going to try and move him into demo doctors. So please don't send acid jazz, because it's going to go over his head. Send techno. Yeah, and we will prep him beforehand to be extra nice to everybody. So that's next week. Listen, thank you so much to everyone who's joined us. It's been a pleasure as always, John.
Thoroughly
Live
enjoyed this
Society.
show. I definitely think a couple of wee beers make it all the more fun.
Exactamundo.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, we need to be drinking more.
I think my problem last time was because I was drinking rum last time, and I think it just went to my head too quickly, and I couldn't work the buttons. I was like,
there's a lesson.
What am I supposed to be doing with these buttons? I have no idea. It's all gone wrong. Everybody just stop.
So guys, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to play out with Sean Tyas. His course is still on the site and relevant. So enjoy your plugins. We'll speak to you next Thursday, and get your get your techno demos in for the man like you, Mike. There we go.
See you later.
Hey, what's going on out there? Sean Tyas here, speaking on behalf of Sonic Academy, and I'm happy to announce my new series of videos where I'll be dissecting my own single, Matter of Time. We'll be covering bass design, sound design, processing, acid and synth, sound design, processing, percussion, transitions, everything really of the entire track. I can't wait for you to walk through it with me. I hope you can actually learn a lot from this set of videos and immediately start integrating it into your own productions. And yeah, enjoy.